All right, what's up, boys? This is just going to be a quick little video talking about some of the supplements I use for aim training. First of all, I'm not a doctor. These are just some of your safest options, some of the things I've used, and most of these things have been, thoroughly backed by science. That being said, start slow, start easy, and don't go crazy. I'm going to recommend some of the things that I've used. Some of the pricing is maybe a little different than what it is in your country, but go ahead. Number one right here is omega-3, a very staple thing. This has been linked to helping reaction time, neuroplasticity as well, and has just a bunch of health benefits. One thing I want you to do is focus on the DHA levels. This is 440 DHA, and it's 200 milligrams in total. The EPA will always be higher, so that's always normal, but typically the DHA is the one that matters. So if you're seeing something like this one, where it's, 500 EPA and then 250 DHA, I would personally not get this one since the DHA levels are higher. I would much rather stick to something like this. Experiment with what you have in your country. This is around $30 perhaps. It's like how many capsules? 240 capsules. So, I mean, you're pretty much golden with this. Another thing that I use, and we'll talk about how the structure I use them because I don't want you to just ape them and just take all these ones together. We'll talk about that soon. Anyway, vitamin T, vitamin D, really a solid staple. Your body will use this, and omega-3 are like three things you can take 100% of the time. Really good options. There's a lot of varying opinions. Some people say over 5,000 doesn't matter. Some people say 5,000 is the max. I personally take 2 of these pills every day, so it's 10,000, and I consider that slightly a lower dose. I know some people that take 20, some people that take 40,000, some people, stick to that, but definitely start a little slower, especially if you're not used to supplements and stuff like that. But this one, strong recommend, very good one. Typically, with all of these things, not gonna lie, typically the stronger the thing is, usually the better. It's not always the case, but again, I'm not a doctor, but that's my experience. Really helps with reaction time, overall health, neuroplasticity, everything you could ever imagine in your body. Your brain probably needs this. That being said, if you live in a sunny environment, you probably realistically need a little bit less. I live in a very cold environment, so I need a lot of this, and that's why perhaps. Magnesium, very interesting. There's usually 3 or 4 types of magnesium. There's magnesium L-theorate, which is the one that helps the brain function and the one that we want the most. There's glycinate, which typically has been linked to helping more sleep. So if you struggle with sleep, which is obviously very important for getting good aim, look into glycinate. And if you're looking for more of a, brain function boost or however the fuck you want to put it, theorate is probably your best bet. The only one I would say avoid is something called magnesium citrate. Citrate is like the cheapest, most unrefined, shitty version there is, like this one. All it pretty much does is make you shit like crazy. So if you have a shitting problem, get citrate, but if you don't, stick away from that. So something like this, L-theorate, really good, solid, helps with brain function, helps with reaction times, neuroplasticity, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. So overall, very good option here. After that, we have some creatine monohydrate, which a lot of you guys who might like, what the fuck, why are you showing me creatine? This isn't a workout video. The truth is creatine is some of the most studied supplements of all time, and most of those studies have been on the brain's effect to creatine, not the body's effect to creatine, which is very interesting. It does do a lot of good things. It sort of works a little bit different from the other parts where it works to attack the fatigue, the memory, the cognitive performance, blah, 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 stuff like that. It also helps a lot to handle stress, sleep deprivation, and stuff like that. So generally, very recommended supplement for overall, like, everything. All these supplements are mainly great for everything, less than just aim training, but they specifically help with your brain function. After that, of course, the most important one is raw Colombian cocaine. Now, but after that, you have lion's mane, which is a little bit one that isn't as well known, you could say. It's a little bit under the radar. It's essentially a mushroom. And what this mushroom does is, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a pro with this stuff, so do your own research. But what it does in short is essentially it restores some of the neural pathways in your brain, connects them and makes the whole, like if you're learning something, what I've understood, if you're learning something, you will essentially learn it a little bit faster. Because it's like speeding up the whole process, the neuroplasticity process of like learning and connecting the dots and a bunch of shit I don't understand. I just know that it's good, okay? But if you're, for example, some people are allergic to mushroom, don't get this. And it is slightly, all the other ones like vitamin D, omega, magnesium, these are all great for your entire body. Magnesium is, lion's mane is specifically for the brain and for this neuroplasticity and learning things a little bit quicker. It has helped me a lot with my brain fog, for example. So that's really, really good. Lastly, vitamins, all of these, they won't exactly have some magical effect or make you aim instantly better. It's just some slight thing that may or may not be useful to some people and that I take, and I've seen good results with them. Nothing insane, but I feel better on them. Probably if you're like not exercising at all, just exercising will be like 20 times better than just taking something like this. But I'm going to talk about some of the scheduling that I've set up on how to take these. Zinc is another one of those things that really is complementary to magnesium. I would usually take zinc at night, for example. It is less to do with reaction time, less to do with brain and aim and all this stuff. Just good for overall health, pretty much, which is why I put it as an optional last step. All right, so now let's talk about the structure. See, you don't want to just go in and chug all of these like a crazy man and just destroy them all in your mouth. Number one, you should take all the supplements with some food or some dinner. You could take a carrot, you could take a freaking full 3-course meal. It doesn't matter. Just get some food in your body before taking them. Pretty easy. I recommend taking all supplements before 17. This isn't like 17, you have to do 17. Just while you're active, while you're going about your day, essentially, unless it's sleep related. Some, for example, recommend magnesium glycinate and zinc bisglycinate 30 minutes before going to bed. So just keep that in mind, not sleep related stuff. If you don't have trouble with sleep, in the morning, I take L-theanine. I take my creatine and my coffee, since the coffee actually boosts the effect of L-theanine. I don't always drink coffee. It's just something, slightly you can try to think about. In the afternoon, I take some vitamin D and some omega-3, really good fatty acids right there. In the midday, I take my lion's mane and an optional zinc step. That's pretty much it, what I do for the day. I hope it's been useful. Just remember that this won't be anything insane. It's just something that may give you a slight boost. Hope it helps.